The figurehead looms ahead, continuing its silent watch over the seas.
I sing the song from the tome I found below decks.
The deck beneath you groans and trembles, like the ship itself is awaking from a slumber. A deep sigh emerges, unmistakably the sound of a living being.
You are not the witch. You are not Dallas. You sang the song. Now you must decide my fate. Are you to be my new master?
I answer that I am no slaver. I wish for the ship to be free and hope that it will help in return.
You are kind, but I can never be free again. Not truly. I am a vessel and must be guided. Let me take you wherever you wish. We can depart as soon as you are ready.
They say that I want to know more about the ship.
Ask. I am here to serve in all ways.
I give a scholarly response, noting that I've heard that live wood came only from ancestor trees of the elven homeland, but those forests were sacrificed in the wars of the previous generation.
Sacrifice must be made willingly. Our home was stolen from us. Magisters destroyed our way of life to end the war they started. Then they uprooted me and they tore me apart and turned me into this monstrosity.
I give the mystic remark, sensing that I sense great pain, the loss of rich elven life and afterlife, torn apart and scattered throughout the beams and masts of a warship.
The bow of the ship creaks downwards on the swell of the ocean. In the breeze above you, the faintest hint of what might have been a melancholy sigh.
Once, I was an elf. I passed away and was reborn as an ancestor tree. In a beautiful forest surrounded by kin of both flesh and root. But that time has passed. I saw that forest reduced to a dead place. Then I was taken away. My memories were lost, like the leaves from my branches.
I announce that I've heard enough for now. It's time to prepare to sail.
Of course. Wherever there is sea, I will endeavor to bring you. Consult with your companions and set a course.
The ship's awake. Good. Is she ready to sail?
I tell Malady the ship is active and ready to sail.
A slow, toothless smile stretches across her face.
To driftwood, then.
It says, dangerous waters lie ahead. Make sure you've chosen keen travel companions, for this may be your last chance to change your party. I accept. I'm going to go ahead and nod my assent, and it's time.
It most certainly is. Forward.
With the sun on their backs and the wind in their sails, the God-woken watched Fort Joy shrink behind them. But their capture of the Lady Vengeance had not gone unnoticed.
I respect your mettle, sorcerers. You steal my ship, kill my bishop, and ally with demons. But you have no idea what you're really dealing with.
It says I allied with demons, but I literally see two of them right there on the frickin' screen. What does she think this Geist is? Because it's not a frickin' puppy dog. Speaking of puppy dog, this thing which says it's just a weaponized monk, that's not a frickin' puppy dog either.
We are ready, mistress.
Yes, but are they?
I swear, mistress. I swear they'll perform admirably.
Very well. Show me.
Damn, she's got a lot of HP. So does this guy.
Goodbye, sorcerers. This is my ship. I won't see it taken from under my feet. You act.
Yes, mistress.
Oh, for the love of the void. Listen up. We can't win this one, but I can get us to safety. You'll need to buy me time. Show us what you can do, Godwoken.
Godwoken. Parasites, rather.
I'll take care of it, mistress.
Stop that elf! Her sorcery must be silenced!
Whirlwind.
Burning. Like a bomb in my belly. Ready to burst.
Okay, so whatever this thing is, it's gonna blow up. So I am gonna buff everybody. I'm gonna give myself frozen armor. And then I'm gonna move away from Malady. And hope that's enough. Got a bunch of random stuff on my bar since I was last paying attention. I need to get rid of this guy. But I really want to charge in and deal with these guys. Okay, he's semi-dealt with, because now he has that debuff. And instead, I'm gonna do this.
Bring her to us. Do it. Defend.
Hold them off. I need more time.
You will not take me again, Dallas.
Fight with such fire. Let's make it.
It's like lava flowing through me. I can't contain it long.
Okay, I'll move here. And burn them. Okay, there's the explosion. I need to get some quick movement abilities. Back to me. Gonna bull rush. Can't bull rush to that guy. Okay, what am I doing? Can't do that either. Okay, I can hit this guy with this. And then I'm gonna punch this guy.
Focus! Stop her sorcery!
Don't stop. It's working.
Ow. I can just auto attack this one. I think I might kill him.
Get over here and stop these idiots before we all die.
Thinking I'm gonna do knockdown on this guy. Oh, come on. That's my bad. Was not paying attention. Oh, that time I just straight missed. I was not paying attention that this was line of sight. I only have myself to blame. Another one bites dust. Another one bites dust. Oh, I'm gonna bless Gareth to get that curse off him. It also gets rid of the necrofire. then I'm gonna consume this corpse for another source point.
My helmet seemed to stir just now.
Bring her to her knees. Do it!
It's almost there. A little longer.
Tears of darkness. Let's see how it suits you.
Okay. I need to get out of the fire. Then I'm gonna pop a minor potion and give myself fortify. Give Fane haste. Not that it's meaning, it has no meaning at this point. Regenerating magic armor.
We're all done for.
It's like lava flowing through me. I can't contain it long.
Silence the demon! She must be stopped!
I need jam, I'm
With the help of the half-demon malady, the Godwoken escaped through the veil that separates life from death.
The air here has a familiar smell, like the place you grew up. Old memories begin to well within you, but the sweet sour smell of decay suddenly punctures them.
I look around and realize I've been here before.
A faint creaking sounds in the distance.
Interesting. There's the god of the dwarves, god of humans. There's our god, Amadea, god of wizards. There's the god of orcs, who I haven't seen an orc yet. There's the god of imps there. God of elves there. God of lizards over there. Interesting. So I wonder why they're all chained up.
Is that a tree? What's hanging from it? Must be a way across. Armadia. The Lords. How can this be?
Armadia hangs before you, her face cut and bruised, her chest barely moving. You think you see a tear run down her cheek. You lean in. That's no tear. It's sauce. The shimmering liquid is seeping from her wounds and dripping to the ground below her. Ralik hangs limp from the tree, cursed branches constricting him, snake-like from foot to shoulders. His helmeted head hangs slack at his side, but a barely audible wheeze rasps from his lips.
Hurry!
Ever-tightening cursed branches constrict the great dwarven god Duna. His eyelids flutter, and his face, bluish and bloated, nods. Before you hangs a great ethereal orc, his face twisted in a knot of pain as cursed tendrils constrict him. A small, stout imp winces under the countless cursed threads that bind her. Tight coils wrap Tierce and Elias from head to foot. His still face is set to a glowering sneer. Cursed tendrils tighten around Solstice. Her lips are moving, but no words seem able to escape her lips.
Let me talk to Amadea again.
Amadia hangs before you. Her face.
No.
You lean in. That's no.
Alright, so we're out of here. So, wait, where are we going? Over here. I'll bless her.
Your whispered blessing slithers up the tree, cutting the heavy, dark vines that hold Amadia in place. She jolts awake with a gasp, golden light pouring from her eyes.
My child! Oh, my dear child. Blessings be that you are here. Blessings be that they did not get you too.
They ask who did this to her.
The forces of the king. They are everywhere. They are everyone. Please step carefully, child. Trust neither king nor pauper, baker nor warrior, traveler nor friend. We may only trust in each other. And I do trust in you. That is why I chose you. You have a pure soul, even the others.
She pauses, looks over her shoulder and sees the others hanging from the tree, all but lifeless for the first time.
Our brothers! Our sisters! This is perfect.
Perfect? Those are the last of our people. We should help them.
No, it is too late for them. You need that source more than they. I do not say this out of malice. I say it out of love. My love for you, Fane. My love for our people. These misguided fools would sacrifice this world to the very forces that saw us strung up like so much fruit. No, we are the only hope to save this world. You and I alone. But we must hurry. The king's minions are close. They are so close.
Ask about the king's minions. What are they?
As I hung from the tree, I had a vision. I saw Rivellon overrun by monsters. Void-woken creatures that destroy all in their path. They are his servants, and that is his threat. His promise. You can't let it happen. You have to stop him.
I bow to Amadia. What do I need to do?
There was a time when you wielded tremendous power. You must search within yourself and unlock that power once more. And then, you must ascend to divinity.
Once Lucian the Divine united the powers of the Seven against the Void. He led the people of Rivellon to glory. Now, Fane, you will do the same. But unlike Lucian, you will not fail.
Look at her in disbelief. She wants me to be the next Lucian? Me?
No, Lucian was weak. Lucian was mortal. You are neither. You will rise as the eternal divine, or the world will fall to the void. A God-woken must become divine, but we cannot trust these mortals. If we are to have a future, that God-woken must be you, Fane. So go, my champion. Go and claim divinity.
I clasp my hand and thanks. I won't let her down.
She starts to answer, but her eyes change, turning from their gentle glow to a dark shimmer. She looks up and gasps.
No, I see them. The servants of the king, the forces of the void. They're here. Fly, dear Fane, fly!
White-hot cold pierces your heart like a blade. You are frozen to the spot. The burning ice pumps through you like a curse, and then...
What's happened here? Where is everyone?
The same troubled look is visible on each face. You've seen the gods beaten and defiled, strung up as a warning.
I respond with, it seems the seven grew complacent. When the darkness comes from me, I shall not be found hanging about.
The gods are dead. Long live the God-woken. If the seven should indeed come to nothing, I'll be ready to take their place.
The void has been pushed back before by the power of mortals. The gods couldn't handle it. But maybe we can.
Gods, schmods. They aren't interested in me, and I'm not interested in them. It seems whatever's inside me is more powerful than any of them anyway. Or at least more cunning.
Oh, bow to the ship. I forgot I can talk to the mast. Not the mast, the figurehead.
This place is strange. I cannot bear you away from here. You must find other means so that we can leave.
Ask by what means I'll be able to get out of here.
The one who brought us here. The demon that wears the face of my kin. Only she can set the course back to the land of the living. She is here still. I can feel her.
What happened to the others on board previously? I don't want to demand.
Death washed over me as we entered this place. I felt many lives extinguish in a single moment. But others still draw breath. They are sheltering below decks.
Alright. Below decks.
Hidden away somewhere, safe from the storm, I hope.
Not a soul down here. Just stillness.
Okay, let's go to the further down level. Oh.
Sabile's spirit watches your approach like a spectator on a beach watches the waves roll in with a soothing inevitability.
There we have it, don't we, dear? The final die has been cast and it's come up wanting.
Say I had very much hoped for a better roll.
You have what you hope for you still live. Forsake me now. Go hence and give chase to your mortal desires. From death, let me be death.
People are going to perish. People are going to die, and I can't stop it. She'll do it now. She'll never stop. She'll never stop.
Where have you been? I can't keep this up much longer. We need to go.
Ask her what's going look around the hold, some people are missing. Ask where they are.
Seekers dead, Alexander missing, God-woken passengers deceased. And unless you want to die too, we need to go.
Alright,
now.
same ready.
Brace yourself. This might hurt. A lot.
The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast. The God-woken were alive, but what of the gods?
solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body all at once, and bright sunlight suddenly illuminates your surroundings. As you look around, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. A gust of fresh sea air caresses you, and warm sunshine coaxes the bones of your skull and hands to tighten pleasantly.
Oh, one moment, please. Oh, just a moment.
Malady explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something shiny and silver onto the deck. It wriggles quickly off the siding and plummets into the sea with a splash.
Better. Let's not do that again anytime soon.
What exactly happened back there?
Well, we needed to escape, didn't we? So I took us the one place I was quite certain Dallas couldn't follow. I suppose you recognized the Hall of Echoes from those visions you'd had before. Realm of the Dead, Realm of Divinity. I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip.
I tell her I'm not sure. I met one of the gods again and they seemed desperate.
Desperate how?
Describe everything I saw and heard in that Hall of Echoes.
I see. So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, told you the void was coming, and that only you could ascend to divinity, after which you felt a cold deep within you. Well then, it sounds like you need to ascend, doesn't it? And quickly.
She inspects her fingernails with great attention, then looks up at you from under an arched eyebrow.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine?
Admit that they were somewhat vague on that point.
Well, luckily for you, Mama Malady is here to help. We already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see source nor take it as you see fit. I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any godwoken worth their salt will know how to perform all these so fantastic feats. You need to go see the Meister.
Ask where we can find the Meister.
She's got one of those things in Driftwood. You know, the building where people go and they do things inside of it? A home, that's it. She's got a home in Driftwood. Give me your map. There you are. Tell her I sent you and she'll handle the rest. You're at the beginning of a long journey, Godwoken. Long, but exceedingly interesting. Now, I must be going, and so must you.
Ask where she's off to.
Shopping.
What? How can I get to the shore?
Why, our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all ride together. Won't that be terribly fun?
I take my leave.
Before you go, if I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back here. Tell the ship. She'll know how to summon me. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do to become what you need to become, you could call me, but I would be grateful if it doesn't come to that.
Damn it, is nowhere safe! Red-robed lunatics at sea, those void-woken seedlings in the swamp, it all points to the great acorn. It's coming, Quercus! What if it's too late, What if the Knights of Dre are too far ahead in their plans?
Knights of Dre? Who are they?
At least here, our shield's ignorance can be forgiven, Quercus. The Knights of Dre do not go out of their way to boast about their existence. You know their order, my friend. Mystic Squirrel Knights, sworn to the great acorn, trying to bring about its return.
The squirrel absent-mindedly runs a paw over Quercus's spine. The air fills with the sound of soft, dusty purring.
They plan to inherit the everlasting forest once the acorn drops, and the world is rid of all giants. They believe that only the arboreal will, and should, survive.
But he's working on a spell, right? Something that will stop these knights and defeat the acorn?
It thinks we are sitting here twiddling our paws, Quercus. Perhaps we haven't succeeded yet, but we have other worries. The Knights of Dre are a dangerous, dangerous order. Lunatics with a single-minded devotion to bringing about the end of the world. Together, Quercus, we can develop some magic to save us from the Great Acorn, if our shield can keep us alive. Yes, it has done an admirable job so far. It certainly lasted longer than I thought it would. But does it understand that we could be wiped out at any moment? Does it understand the risk?
I nod. He can trust us.
Trust. Do you remember trust, Quercus? I'm not sure I do. Well, yes, of course I trust you, Quercus. You're different. But perhaps we should show a little faith in our shield, too.
The squirrel reaches out and touches your ankle, sending a hot flush rippling through your body. Your mind's eye sees new potential spells swirling before it.
Now, listen carefully, shield. The plan is thus. Do not die.
I like this plan.
If the shield can hold up its end of the bargain, we might just have a chance to complete our research. We might make it yet, Quercus.
I've plenty of fighters for hire. Experts in blades, bows, and bewitchment. Oh, I see you have a... I've got sword fight.
Wait, how did this guy live?
I hadn't realized I was in such illustrious company when we met before. Most fascinating, the things I've been hearing about you.
Remarked that many aboard the ship died during the recent ordeal. How did he survive?
Why, it was your ally, Malady, who spared me. She claimed that I might be of some use yet. Rather flattering to enjoy the favor of such a powerful being.
Wonder what he's heard about me.
That you're, how did Malady put it again? A god-woken. Yes, that's it. Quite remarkable if it's true.
Ask if this alters his opinion of me somehow.
Tarquin pauses, taking you in. Genial smile and calculating eyes.
Most people are too sentimental to admit that friendship is a transaction. I am not. I'm sure we can both be of use to each other.
Transactional or not, the idea of friendship does sound appealing.
Marvelous. Great things abound in our future, I'm sure.
I'd like to do some training if he didn't lose his supplies in the Hall of Echoes. Nope, he did not. You got some new stuff. Do I want the water damage and the higher top end, or the semi-slight, it's only 1 damage off its lower bottom end, but a bigger window of damage? I'll take it. Now here's the real question. So he's got another weapon upgrade, two-handed for me. It has lifesteal on it. Yeah, I'll take it. I have a bunch of shit I have to sell anyways. Just looking at the spell books. I'll take that. Let me even out the thing. Accept. Take my leave. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff. If Fane's got a new bow, I gotta put his old bow away for right now. I got new boots for him, I think. Yes. I got a new weapon for myself. I'm gonna keep this one just in case. I got a new weapon for the red lizard guy. Put that away. Do I have slots for my weapons? I did for this one. And it would give 11% more damage as physical. Oops. What did it do? Okay, just put it off. I manage ruins. Select. Okay. Cool. That do it? Yes. Okay, cool. Am I good? I think I'm good. Okay, do I want the slightly less... Yes, I do. I want slightly less physical armor, but I'm going to pick up more magic armor and another point in Constitution. These boots, I think I can get rid of them altogether. Yeah. These pants are no good anymore. My character can learn a new spell. Bone Cage. Cool, cool.
They won't let you down.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong.
Ask what his plans are.
Paradise awaits, my friend. Not an actual paradise, of course. I don't think there's such a place in all of Rivellon. Paradise Downs. My parents still sow the soil there. And if the Order hadn't called me to its ranks, I'd still call their farm my home. I miss it. I miss them. They've been forever understanding of my duty. But I admit, I've been neglectful. I have some wrongs to right.
He knows what's next for him. Ask what I'm supposed to do.
I expect Malady has an answer to that. It seems she's got it all in hand.
Alright, take my leave. Before I talk to Han, that's how we got on the ship, on board, then we talk to everyone else.
Well now, how's my favorite Godwoken?
What does he think we should do now?
Let's track down my old pack and find out who's behind the contracts to kill Godwoken. Can't hurt to know who wants us dead.
How did he get his moniker, the Silver Claw?
Ifan smirks and shakes his head.
I'll spare you the tall tales we usually tell. When a new cub joins up with the lone wolves, we interrogate them. Then, a very complex equation decides their new moniker. I don't remember all the questions, but I remember enough to give you a lone wolf name if you want one. So tell me this. Which of these scenes attracts you the most?
The options are a dark night in the filthy alleyway, under shadows cast by the light of the full moon. Probably not. By full tents in the desert oasis, the heat of the sun burns down upon you. Nah. Alone and shaded by forest canopy, your steps silent by soft brush underfoot. No. Anonymous in a busy city square full of hollering crowds and overpowering scents. Nope. Masked and dressed to the nines in the opera house moments before the curtain rises. No. I'm going to pick alone and shaded by the forest canopy, my steps silent by soft brush underfoot.
Ifan nods and raises his eyebrows, a slight smile brightening his face.
And then, target in sight. What's your preferred execution method?
Because of who this character is, I'm going to say savage, a hammer to the face, drinking the fear of their final moments.
Right.
Ifan scrawls something on a little piece of paper and hands it to you. On the page in thick black letters is written Silver Kiss.
Not as pant-wettingly fearsome as Silverclaw, but not bad. Not bad at all.
Turn back to what we're doing.
Ifan claps you on the shoulder and beams at you, affection for you plain in his eyes.
Okay, talk to the Red Prince next.
What can I do for you?
Ask the Red Prince what we should do next.
We should seek the Meister. Anyone with such a fine, authoritative title should surely aid us on our journey. In the meantime, though, let us continue our search for Bramos. He knows things. Things I must know.
Tell him he hasn't explained what led to his expulsion from the ancient empire.
He sighs, rather dramatically.
Oh, perhaps that's because I don't quite enjoy broaching the subject.
Tell him to broach it anyways.
If I must. The long and short of it is that I was banished because I was found in bed with a demon.
A demon? How the hell did he end up with a demon in his bed?
Because I invited her in, of course. How else? You clearly have a hard time understanding all this, so let me paint you a picture. I am a prince of the House of War. There are others with that title, but none of them are the Red Prince, the jewel in the crown of the Empire. I lived in the Forbidden City, a vast complex of palaces that houses the royal family and its servants. No others are allowed to enter it. As for myself, I was never allowed out. That is the price I paid for my genius. I was too valuable to be exposed to the dangers of the outside world. All the wars I won, and I won them all, of course, I won from the comfort of sofas. Bring me information, and I will deduct, then instruct. From amid the ultimate opulence of my quarters, I expanded and very much ruled the empire. I had it all. And frankly, I got bored.
Say that from the sounds of it, he suffered from the Gilded Cage syndrome.
Exactly. I did not suffer the boredom of some spoiled brat. Mine was the absolute absence of challenge, the longing not simply to watch the horizon, but to journey towards it. If I could not experience the joys of the world beyond, I had to bring the world to me. Miraculous what a sorcerer can do with a little arcane lore. I summoned demons, the most dangerous game in the world. But they knew they met their match in me, and so we conversed. We drank wine, we played chess. Converse with demons, and you learn of the shadows behind creation. Drink wine with them, and you have visions of worlds beyond worlds. Play chess, and you know that one wrong move is certain death. My mind rejoiced. Now for the body, I reasoned, so with a certain succubus, I spent nights that would surpass your understanding.
Because they only let you choose between absolute horrid thought at the idea or absolute fascination. There's no fucking middle ground. I'm just gonna pick the first one. Exhilaration.
So you do comprehend. I spent a whole year in the company of demons, every night atop the white library tower of my palace. It was my great study of existence. It was my supreme joy, even if...
Even if it led to his downfall.
Yes, even if it led to my downfall. What happened next was simply unforeseen. One moonless night, the succubus that was my lover turned to me, fangs exposed. But I could tell from the glint in her eyes she wasn't bent on our usual fang play. There was no light in that glint. It was the darkness of the void, the wet darkness of spilt blood. And in short, I was afraid. I tried to move away, but it was too late. She was upon me. She had done it. She had outmaneuvered the Red Prince. Finally, I was vanquished.
One of the options is, if the Red Prince was vanquished, who is he? The Red Prince's evil twin? Because that would explain a lot. But I am going to say, so what happened next? You can't just stop the story there.
She went for my neck, quick as a charging cobra, but then suddenly it's as if time ground to a halt. Something deep inside me welled up, a power I never knew I had. She simply froze under my stare. Then she screamed. A scream so abhorrent its ripples caused birds to fall dead from the sky. People covered their ears in vain as they went insane. The Imperial Guard forced itself into my chambers and found me with the succubus still on top of me. I believe the phrase is caught red-handed.
Ask him how royalty finds life on the road.
At first, I admit it was all rather tiring. I was, after all, marched out of my own empire, and I've been hounded by the odd assassin ever since. After that came the indignity of the collar and incarceration. But ever since we decided to be so bold as to bid our farewell to Fort Joy by any means, it's all been rather fun. Oh, I could complain about the food and the lodgings and the sheer barbarity of the common folk. But in truth, all of that fits within the larger frame that is adventure. Adventure is precisely what my life was missing. I told you earlier I could tell you tales about what it was like to be a prince of the house. Tales that would last us 1,000 nights. That is true. But I'd much rather speak of the tale we are shaping now.
I say that it's good to hear he's taken such a liking to life on the road.
Yes. As long as that road eventually leads all the way back to my throne, that is.
Okay, talk to Louise. She's the last one, and then we get off this boat.
I've got to say, I think we're onto something interesting here.
I ask her what we think we should do now.
Well, I think I should focus on getting this demon out of my head. And of course, I think you should help me. And if we pick up a few new source tricks along the way, so be it.
What? That's it?
What's up, Chief?
Tell her I'd like to talk about some of the people we've met lately.
What, this old gaggle of weirdos?
Ask what she thinks about Malady.
Oh, she's alright. A lot of bark, but I think she really cares about what we're doing. Better that than a sweetheart who'd sooner watch you walk off a cliff than shout, "Look out!"
Ask if there's anyone from home she misses.
I don't know about home, but I do sort of miss the gang I travel with now and then. Crawler, Madcap, Papa Joris for sure. Musicians mostly. We all had our own stories, our own troubles, but when we were together and the music was with us, it was like none of that mattered at all. When you have people like that around you, you know, a family, even rain feels like sunshine.
Alright. Let's talk to the kid and head.
Hello again. That's twice now you've saved my skin. And I think it's time to start repaying the favours. I could fetch some stuff you need, maybe. Ma always said I was a great runner.
I tell him I could use certainly a thing or two. Wow, that's a freaking long-ass list. High quality. A blank Earth skill book.
Sure thing. I'll start hunting that down right away. Don't wait up.
To the beach. Frickin' shark.
A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It turns its dark and soulless eyes to you. Its bloody gills open in search of water, but find only air.
I offer to drag it back to the water.
It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak. Its own blood froths at its mouth.
No, die here. Monsters in the water. Monsters in the deep.
I offer to put it out of its, I remarked that its blood, no, yeah. By its blood-tainted teeth in the sea, it should have little to fear.
Monsters bigger. More and more growing.
I offer to put it out of its misery.
It looks at you with its cold, flat eyes as if to say, do what you will. Then it turns away and gets back to drowning in the bloody sunshine.
Okay. Why there's poison all over the place?
Ooh. What happened here?
That void woken has someone in it.
Oh, that bug just took somebody.
Your maker.